know that y'all, it seems like y'all about to, now, you know what I've never been able to understand? Why is there only room for one female rapper? Why is there only room for one? Why can't there be a gaggle of them all giving you different teas? You know, I saw my girl Azalea Banks talking about Anna Wintour because, you know, her song Anna Wintour, I guess she felt like it wasn't recognized enough by the queen of mean in fashion, Miss Anna Wintour. And, you know, she did what was the lowest common denominator, which was talk about the way Anna Wintour looks and what have you, which for someone who's really super intelligent, she always goes for the lowest fucking common denominator when it's time for her to shade someone, which lets me know that she's got whatever. Anyways, if you are a rap fan like me, I think you are happy that girls like the City Girls and Meg Thee Stallion and Saweetie and oh God, I can't even think of her name right now, but Lizzo, who is kind of like, you know, I could say she is hip hop, but I do feel like she's got more of a flex than that even. Her range is going to be bigger than just hip hop. But yeah, there's a lot of Dreezy, Naima Supreme. There's a lot of girls out there that are giving you a different flex right now. And I know that we come from this world where there can only be one female hip hop artist at a time who's doing it big. But I beg to differ. And I know y'all are on Meg Thee Stallion's dick right now. But you know what? I wish for nothing more for these girls than to have long fucking longevity that isn't about the fact that they've got to be showing their ass or doing anything strange for change. So, speaking of strange for change and asses, I heard Apollo's out of jail. Yes. For you guys who don't know who that is, our friend Apollo Nida, once house husband of the Phaedra Parks, infamously known for her one-liner to the ever twirling Kenya Moore, which I will never forget it. All you know is that a pizza man needed to ejaculate in a cup to get $20 or some shit like that. But at any rate, Apollo is in a transitional house in Philly, you girls. Yes. Now, if Bravo Andy has any good sense about what the Lord gave him, next season will be the last season of Housewives of Atlanta, I hope. And I believe that he needs to bring back some of my faves. I need to see Sheree. I need to see Phaedra. I need to see Apollo. Peter just needs to come on back too. Give her a peach. Who else do we want, y'all? Marlo deserves a peach at this point. I feel like Marlo deserves a peach. Marlo has no reason to not actually have said peach. So once you give Marlo her deservings, yeah. I still don't know what Marlo does for a living. I'm gonna mind my business. But y'all know that y'all girl, Sinead Claremont, she did turn herself in. Yes. Now, I'm not saying that her and Marlo do the same thing. I'm not saying that they drug old men and kill them and take their money. I'm not saying that. You said it. I didn't say it. But, yeah, she did turn herself into prison. And I believe that there's a t-shirt that you can get. Yes. All proceeds go to the always scammingest Claremont twins. Yes. Last but not least, you guys. So work still sucks balls for me. You know what, though? I am making it an experience where it is not about where my focus and my energy is not about what I hate. It is about where I'm going. And where I'm going is bigger than where I am. And so, therefore, I've got to keep myself focused. Everybody's celebrating Pride Month. Everybody's giving it up. And that includes businesses. And the organization that I work for, they are, as always, selling their Pride branded t-shirts. I just think it's funny that organizations, they count them getting behind something as them supporting it in terms of them making a profit off of it. Does that make sense? I don't know. I just feel like if you know, I think a lot of organizations are not really getting into the conscious awareness that we're shifting into. And we're shifting in because we as humans are evolving, and are having a reawakening, if you will. I think that a lot of organizations don't realize that they have to follow suit. And there is a resistance from a lot of organizations. And I think that in retail, you'll find that those are the people who are not really having a lot of luck from a bottom line standpoint, are these people who are resisting the ethical consciousness of operating. So I believe that my organization is suffering, or the organization that I work for, because it's not mine, they're suffering from that very thing. Like, if you really get behind Pride, then you would be making it a thing that you're kind of presenting that in the interface of your organization, meaning your staff would have a day, a Pride Day, both in the front lines and in the office, where you were giving them, not because you don't have the ability to, but you would be giving them actual shirts or actual regalia that shows that, hey, we are behind Pride in a way that it's not even about us making a profit. We want to show you that we stand behind Pride. If we want to show you that in our organization, we're going to have to pay for it. We're going to have to pay for it. And to me, that's not getting behind it. It's just not. Your president, he tweeted not too long ago that the Trump administration calling for solidarity with many LGBTQ people. He actually just said LGBT people who live in dozens of countries, and just calling for equality for Pride Month. However, I don't know if you know this, but the Trump administration has also been denying numerous requests by U.S. embassies to fly the rainbow pride flag during Pride Month. U.S. embassies in Germany, Israel, Brazil, and Latvia all requested to the Trump administration that they would like to fly the pride flag for the month. And in a not so surprising move, those requests were denied. And not just denied, like it was a big resounding hell no. So yeah, I found that very interesting. On the antithesis of that, New York State's Governor Cuomo is flying it at the New York State building in, I believe, Albany. I just find it really, it's so interesting that our shift in humanity is such that, like, we are a country that is for LGBT, that is also not for saying it loud. We are organizations that are for Pride Month, but not monetarily for it, only if it means bringing in money. We are people who support our LGBTQIA family, but not to the point where it actually costs us anything, even if that means that it costs us our reputation, or it may cost us our friends who, no shade, no tea, but I know a lot of y'all sit around and listen to the gay jokes and listen to the homophobic slurs, and don't say shit, but you're an ally. You're kind of more like an allied pill. You just make me want to shit, for real. Because you ain't no motherfucking ally in the true term. There's been even times where I've had to question myself on many fronts in terms of, in what way am I an ally? And I just want you guys to know that this has nothing to do with, there are gay people who aren't allies to their own community, their own gay community. So this has nothing to do with gay or straight. This has everything to do with just person. Are you really an ally? And I think that we all should be questioning ourselves when we are put in a situation where we can defend these people that we say that we are allies to. Do we take it? When you are in a situation where someone's making a black joke, do you say, hey man, that's not appropriate? That has nothing to do with race, you know? So even if you're white and you're with your white friends, or you're black and you're with a bunch of white guys, you know what I mean? Because I get that get down too. You know, it don't just happen white on white. You know, I know a lot of y'all are, you know, you probably grew up very Becky-ish, you know. A lot of us of a certain generation, especially younger, in between, some of us are real Bettys, you know. Some of us are, you know, real Jack and Jills, you know. And we grew up in a particular way, or we went to particular schools because our families were very cognitive of making sure that some of us first generation American experiences were that we went to the best schools and we speak in the best way, and we don't even sound like we could be Puerto Rican, or we could be black, you know, Caribbean, or we could be Dominican. We don't even sound it. That's success. And so because of that, when we've gotten into certain situations, have we really gotten to the point where we have defended, where we've defended ourselves or defended people that we say we're an ally to? And I'm sure in a lot of cases we have not. You know, because that's not an easy thing to do. To be the minority in this majority group. And, you know, you want to say you're an ally. You want to say that you stand up for black rights, that you stand up for gay rights. You want to be on the right side of history. You want to say that you stood up for women, for people's rights. Because, I mean, let's face it, you guys. For everything that you are against, for everything that you don't believe in, who does that affect other than you? Right? So if you don't believe in this stuff, and you don't think certain things should happen out there, and you don't think that being gay is right, and you don't think that this is right, and you don't think that is right, okay, cool. You are entitled to think that. But when you believe that all of us should believe the same thing, and because we don't believe it, that makes you, you know, enemies, that's where the problem comes. That's where that kind of separation is what allows me to be violent against you, or to not believe that you deserve the same rights, because I believe that our two ideologies makes us so different that you don't deserve because you don't think like me, or you don't believe like me. You know, I heard someone say, I believe it was Eckhart Tolle, he was talking about God and religion. And, you know, I've been asked, you know, because I've always gone to parochial schools, private schools, religious-based schooling. I went to a Seventh-day Adventist elementary school, a Catholic high school, and a Methodist college. So, you know what I mean? But I've always been asked about my belief in God, right? And Eckhart Tolle said that, I was listening to him, and he said, not like I was listening to him like we were talking over dinner, but he was talking to Oprah, and he said, God is to be experienced, not believed in. Religion is to be believed in. God is to be experienced. Do you know what I mean? Okay, I'm going to say it one more time. God, when someone asks you, do you believe in God? I believe in a religion. I'm a Christian, right? God is not something to be believed in. God is to be experienced. God is in everything and in everyone. God is to be experienced. Religion is to be believed in. Right? I don't know why, but I just thought that was one of the most deepest things. And I think that it struck me because think about your life. Just think about all the shit that you have gone through, probably within the last year, probably within the last 2 years. I know a lot of people who have had some stranger things going on in their lives in the past 2 years. Yeah. I know a lot of people. Holla if